Stage 2 is entitled In Willa, and the model sentences appear on pages 16 through 19. The first section is entitled Amicus, and if you know the Spanish word amigo, you know that this means friend. Basically, a friend is going to come to Caecilius's house and greet everyone. The Latin word that means to greet is salutat. This is the source of the English word salute for a military greeting, or the nerd greeting salutations. The sentences in this section come in pairs, and the first sentence in each pair is the kind of sentence we've already seen in stage 1. Number 1 says, Caecilius est in atrio. Caecilius is in the atrium. Now notice what happens to the word Caecilius in the second sentence. Amicus Caecilium salutat. Caecilius est in atrio. Caecilius is in the atrium, but the friend greets Caecilium. This change from us to is how we know that the friend greets Caecilius and not the other way around. In English, we would do this by moving the word Caecilius to the end of the sentence, but the spelling of the word would not change. If we replace the name Caecilius with the pronoun he, then we will change the spelling when we move it to the end. What we do in English with pronouns, he becoming him, for example, Latin does with all nouns, and they don't have to move the words around to do it. If I swap out the final letters of these two Latin words, I'll have to change the order of the words in my English sentence. When I switch them back, then we're back to the sentence that we saw in number 2. In the next pair of sentences, we see Metella. And in sentence 3, her name is spelled just like we've seen it spelled before. When the friend greets Metella, however, in sentence 4, her name is spelled Metellam with the final M. So when we translate this sentence into English, we'll have to move Metella's name to the end, just like we did with Caecilius's name when we translated sentence 2. Now in English, the name Metella is spelled the same in either position. But if we replace it with a pronoun, we'll have to change that pronoun at the end. Now I want you to think of these different forms of Latin nouns the way you think of pronouns in English. In Latin, we say that Caecilius and Metella are in something called the nominative case. This is the form of a Latin noun that's used for the subject of a verb. The subject of a verb is the person who does something or who is something in the sentence. Caecilius is the father. Caecilius writes in the study. Metella is the mother. Metella sits in the atrium. The names Caecilius and Metella in these sentences would be replaced by the pronouns he and she. He is the father. He writes in the study. She is the mother. She sits in the atrium. The forms Caecilium and Metellam are in what we call the accusative case. This is the form of a Latin noun used for the object of a verb. These are the nouns that come after the verb in English. I know Caecilius. I see Metella. And if we replace them with pronouns, we'll naturally use him and her. I know him. I see her. Now, if the terms subject and object are unfamiliar to you, you don't need to worry as long as you know the difference between he and him, she and her. To make sure you understand, I'd like you to translate the 3 remaining pairs of sentences into English. There's a doc in your folder that looks just like this, only it doesn't have any words. Use the image that you see here, or look at page 17 in your book and translate all of these sentences into English. You can print out the doc and write on it. You can type in the doc and send it back to me, or you can simply write 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and give me the English versions of each sentence. That's all for now. We'll finish the model sentences next time.